you to take notes. Go away. AI I don't need a companion. Oh my God. Go away.
Hello,
What's up?
hello.
Is that an
Can
alien and crossbones?
yeah, yeah. Yes, it is. Right?
Wonderful.
You gotta show your allegiance, right?
Well, after what Trump posted, walking around with a big
Oh
alien.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't understand, wargov.ufo/UFO got 1 billion views and like
Alien.gov and
Randy
aliens.
Beitenheimer only got like a, 100 or something. It's just not right, I tell you.
You're just gonna have to start wearing alien costumes to work here on
Well,
Mondays.
that's it. Kind
Uh,
of up the game a little bit, right?
you're trying.
Uh, hello, Miss Leanne.
Well,
I,
hello, Sir
I,
Randy.
I think you already changed your name, Miss Leanne, and start one of those 900 channels, like, tell your future and fortune, right?
Sir Randall. You're the knight with the exit. Haim ESHED. Like, what is that guy's deal? Haim.
Who?
Haim ESHED.
Who, Haim, what?
Who, hi, God bless you. Haim ESHED.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Say it. Do it. Something. Haim ESHED. What is up with that dude?
Who?
Haim. Who's on first? Say, I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I don't know who Haim is.
Well,
Haim.
you don't need to know. You need to look in the field.
Oh, okay. Haim's a bad dude. How's
Is he?
that?
Come on, stop it. Is he wearing a t-shirt like yours, or is he the guy on your t-shirt?
Oh, the guy on the t-shirt.
Okay. Then what's up with the ex Paul Hellyer?
Who?
Paul Hellyer. Oh my gosh. Just strike two, Leanne. Um,
Yeah, I don't know this one either.
he's a dead one. He's no longer with us. He was the Minister of Defense, I feel like I want to say, for Canada.
Oh,
Paul Hellyer. He
I don't
seemed
know.
to have he didn't seem to be unhinged. No.
Well, that I understand that. I tell you, funny is I run around DC, right? Sometimes. And of course, my Vanna sometimes wants to know where I am, right? And one day she called me and said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm at the Hayes Adam having lunch with the Defense Minister of Canada." And she's like, "No, tell me where you are." And I said, "I'm telling you the truth. His last name's Singh." So I go, "Something, I'm Singh. How are you?" So we got to talking, and she goes, "How did you get there?" And I said, "I got a phone call or a message inviting me to come and have lunch, right?" So that's how the world works one time. Don't think they can't find you, right? Anyway,
What did he want?
he was apparently a fairly sane person, right? And
Aren't
I
we
was
all?
happy to talk with him and discuss things, right? And since then, I think it's all gone downhill, but that's my opinion because he's no longer there. So there.
Okay.
So anyway, I did have a nice lunch though, right?
Did he pay for it?
No, and I got interesting little knickknacks they give you, and I got to meet people who thought I was somebody.
You are somebody, Blanche. But you are, Blanche. You are
And
somebody.
anyway, it's entertainment at its finest, right? So if the CIAXYZs have anybody else they want to meet, just send me a lunch invitation. I'll be happy to show up, right?
Yeah. I hope that they're not
I mean, they
poisoning you.
listen. They listen all the time. You'd think that the aliens would have called me by now, you know?
Here, here, here. The
Yeah,
aliens are here. It
yeah,
could be fake invasion time, says Dr.
yeah,
Stephen Greer.
yeah. Yeah,
Don't
it's the
freak out.
season of the witches, season of the aliens. It's about time. How's that?
Okay, whatever you say, because it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
So,
Do you
like,
think they'll do a flyover at the Fourth of July parade and everything in DC?
I don't know. I think my dog is making some very strange
Yeah,
noises. She's
yeah.
not.
I think she's been overexerted today.
She's got a crazy smile on her face, though, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She looks a little kooky. Gee,
yeah,
I wonder how I got a kooky dog. How would that have happened?
yeah. Everybody has one. Some of them even name Mojave, right?
Have you seen him in pictures with his little collar and
Yeah.
oh,
Oh yeah.
on the dark web?
He's in some new ones to explain to us whatever. I don't know what he explains,
I
right?
don't know either. As long as he knows what he explains, this
Yeah.
is okay. I mean, he
Oh,
literally his little sing-songy stuff is
yeah. And that reminds me,
uh-oh. Where's War
there's a
Day? Pick it up. Pick up the book.
what?
Show us. War Day.
Oh
Do
my
it.
goodness.
It's time. Our sponsor.
War Day, buy this book, go look for it. You'll be happy.
WarDayBook.com.
Yeah. And, I look at these pictures of like, we'll just call it what it is, all right? And that is roly poly, daddy's little fatty. We're talking about DJT, we're talking about Z, we're talking about what's the guy in North Korea?
Kim
Baby,
Jong,
baby, whatever.
whatever.
And it is like, come on, guys, buy the book, right? It'll help you. Z, I mean,
Xi
Putin,
Jinping.
nah, you don't need it that much, but maybe the Russian people do. So buy it
Uh-oh.
for the Russian people, see? That's how we look at that, right?
Maybe.
All Russia would benefit, right? Plus our aesthetic program we could deliver to them, right?
Honestly, if the Russians would trade their psychic teaching, like, and we should all put it through all the elementary public schools should teach psychic games. They should
Yeah,
have every day a block of 45 minutes where kids put a blindfold on and read
yeah,
books and play games and throw the ball at each other without being able to see each other every
right.
day. This should happen in school. This should be normalized and it should be promoted.
I
And
agree.
CIA needs to get whacked. They're
Yeah,
tired. They don't know
yeah.
what they're doing anymore. I think that they've gone so insane within their own
Oh,
spiraling
I
themselves
agree.
up that they really, like JFK was right. Dismantle the police. Dismantle the CIA. Come get me. Where's the black helicopter? Go meow yourselves.
Well,
Go away.
I think the sin against humanity is when they got rid of dodgeball, right? You know,
Tetherball.
the big rubber ball they'd throw at you and stuff on the field. It's like you got rid of the evolutionary process. And we realize that on the sixth day, God created human beings, right? And that was an act of creation. That wasn't an act of evolution, right? So the evolutionary urge that has come into society has been thwarted by the CIA. There
I
you
use
go.
the word thwart in my legal brief,
Yeah.
you know,
I feel thwarted all the time.
wart. It's a wart with a in the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah. Yeah. Take that, right?
That's what, oh
Yeah.
my God.
We could get Tyson to do the commercial.
We could. You have to talk
I,
like that.
I thought
Mike,
thought of,
Tyson. Then he could spook some pigeons. I'm
yeah.
gonna spook them. I spook the pigeons, and then I'm gonna spook them. And then I'm gonna take this. He took this black plastic garbage bag, put it on a stick, and started waving it around, spooking the pigeons. This is what he
Yeah.
did on the roof in Look, I like the pigeons, but see, if you feed the pigeons on the street, you're also feeding the rats. This is
Yeah,
why I feed my pigeons on the air conditioner.
yeah,
Shh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
off the
This-
windowsill.
Yeah, if it's a baby pigeon, we call it a squab, right?
A little squab. May all squabs
And,
welcome.
and guess who cooks that to perfection? The French, right?
C'est vrai.
They're squab eaters. How's
Squab
that?
and grenouille. Maybe we could open a restaurant called Squab and Grenouille, or that could be our CIA names when we go undercover.
Yeah,
Squab, like right, the baby pigeon and a frog. Which one of us
yeah.
is the frog?
Like,
I want to know. Or
um,
maybe we switch back and forth to keep people guessing.
yeah, yeah. It has a non-gender identity.
Are
How's
you
that?
feral or is Vanna listening to all this?
She's listening.
She's
Oh,
probably just thinking to
yeah,
herself, you two are crazy.
yeah,
Yes, we are.
yes. Okay.
Yay. Oh,
Yeah,
thank God.
I have some news will relate in July. I'm going for Farrell into the western part of the country.
Oh no. Are you going to LA?
No, by invitation, by the way, and I'll be happy to tell people after it's done.
Oh, so
So
you can't tell us where you're going.
no, I can't tell you yet right now. So
Okay, that's okay.
flights have been booked. People have been notified.
You know
Right?
what? Have you cashed the check yet?
No, but they have been good and very good in paying me and taking care of me on these little jaunts. So I'm on a sponsored jaunt to places unknown. So
All right.
all right.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun, right?
Hopefully I stay
And it's good news. It's really good news.
okay,
So
well good.
uh, I was thrilled. So
Well, that's good.
yeah,
It's better than I rolled my eyes and went, "Oh dear God, not this again."
no. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I can imagine some
Yeah.
situations that would be like that, even though it would make you on TV. But like,
Yeah. So all world leaders that just are daddy's little fatties at this point in life
yeah.
probably need to read War Day and practice some of the exercises in there to their benefit, right? That's it.
Well, it's always to their benefit. And since these
Yeah.
people like doing things that are in their self-interest, I don't understand why they wouldn't. It makes no
Yeah.
sense.
Well,
So,
there you go. Right.
just saying, just saying. Like, I can't really.
Yeah.
Is this when I'm supposed to start talking about Gobby the Goblin? The
Yeah. About
You're like, what? Never
uh,
mind. It's
Zig
okay.
field world.
My
I don't
face
know
is turning
what's the
red.
notes. I can't understand them.
What? Um, so explain to me, please, Sir Randall, what the meow is going on? We're gonna drop boxes of infertile ticks. Okay, so they're infertile, but what are they carrying? That's
Okay.
that's this is like, what are you not saying about these ticks?
One
What's
of
on
the
them?
things
What's in them? And when
I'm
they
not fond of redundancy in language, but I do it all the time. Everybody does. So did you just say they drop boxes of politicians all over the neighborhood
right,
and
but they sterilized them before they did
they're
it. They sterilized
yeah,
them.
they're
That doesn't mean,
infertile and they cause illnesses and
but
stuff
that's it. There
wherever
it
they
is.
go,
I don't
right?
know, but they haven't been
Well,
maybe,
so a tick equates to a politician, is what you're telling me?
and they have not been rid of their diseases. They've just been sterilized. So like, what good is a sterile tick if it still sucks your blood and kills you?
Well, there's a reason, one of the reasons I wrote War Day is that you are under attack. Everybody on the planet. Water, food, right? Air, it's all the domain, they call it all domain warfare. water, air, fire, right? They do that quite a bit now, right? And it's like they're hitting all the mains. Well, then why wouldn't they hit all species as a form of attack? We had the bats of Wuhan. Of course, that's a movie we should make,
The
right?
bats of Wuhan.
Bats of Wuhan. Yes,
Can we put
damn.
Anthony Fauci in a little bat
Oh,
suit and
yeah.
make him hang
No,
like
you put
pigs?
his face on one of the bats.
That's what I'm saying. And like
Yeah,
we should do,
be
wait,
like the
no,
movie.
we
It'd
should
be
make
like
it a
the
live
fly movie.
action. Live action. We'll do it at Madison Square Garden and we'll make him fly across the audience going,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the movie The Fly, where the fly gets into the little chamber and ends up with Fauci's face on it. I mean, oh my
You're
goodness.
talking about Jeff Goldblum. Oh God.
Yeah. 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 What a movie.
Brundle fly. Sorry.
So, anyway, why wouldn't they also pick another domain, which is the fishies in the sea or the insects on the plants themselves? I mean, oh, they attack the plants. That's GMO stuff, right? Yeah.
They
They,
attack us in the sky with the
huh?
Haim trails.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so they're just really ahead of the curve on all the things that are thrown at you. And the only thing you can do is take care of yourself, right?
That's what I try
It's
to
a
do.
primary function of war day
Day.
is your ability to start taking care of yourself. That's it. And we can get out of the zig hell
Feld
heights,
Follies? The Ziegfeld
zig
Follies?
Ziegfeld Heil Health Organization, whatever that is.
Oh,
That's also trying to kill you, right?
well,
So,
anything that says health in it that has to do with the government, run the other way.
yeah. I mean, you're up against big pharma, Pfizer, people like that, Moderna.
Ooh, they
You're
all
up
want to
against
kill you.
Argyle, you're against Kellogg's, you know, Nestle on the water and Coca-Cola on the water. I mean, they're after you, right? They are after you, right? So,
It's so boring.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, but they apparently the CIA didn't they get mad that they weren't told before somebody was interviewed? They got mad. It's like, why would we give you advance warning? And who says we have to? Like we're back to them again. They're out of control. They think that they're,
No, you think there's something called order in the universe and chaos rules.
well,
That's the
yeah, that's what the first letter of CIA. It's the chaos intelligence.
Yeah, chaos intelligence. They just chaos. I don't even know what words they would use for the next one. The chaos
Irrelevant association.
interbreeding association.
Administration.
Yeah, yeah. Clowns in action. So 1960s. When we were
Yeah,
protesting,
it's
right?
old,
Right.
just like us.
No wonder people were afraid of clowns back then. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's another question. If all of this is a simulation, then who the meow cares about any of this stuff? Go
Well,
rogue. Who cares?
yeah.
Simulation. Whatever.
It's I don't think people realize the stratification of the universe in a way that you can't play at any level other than the level you're on. That's why all these video games are right. You have to advance yourself to the next level. But
Right.
what they didn't tell you is you could never go to command structure, right? If you were lucky, you got to control.
This is why
For the
you get
most
to,
part, you were communication. Remember, that's been, weaponized against you too, all
right.
communication, right? Go Palantir, go all the way, right? And, one of the things I've been looking, what is the impetus to be able to develop a $500 million data center? Because you got to ask yourself, well, what are they building? What are they manufacturing? And you say, well, they're consuming data and water. And then you go, well, what are they selling that would cause that to be an economic venture that other people would want to engage in? No answers, crickets, right? Back to those insects that are after us, right? And those two-headed ticks that they got coming after you, right?
Sterile ticks. Come on. Come on.
Yeah,
Sterile.
feral,
They're
feral,
sterile. Sterile,
not
feral ticks.
not Will
Uh-oh.
Ferrell, but feral ticks. There we go.
That's right. They're sterile and they're feral.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
yeah. Sterile and feral. That's their new program, right? Or feral and sterile. Feral
Right?
and sterile.
Is that
Yeah, I like it.
feral,
Yeah.
sterile?
Yeah, because remember,
They could be
anybody
twins.
remember the killer wasp, right?
Yeah, that's the other one.
Okay. Yeah. Did anybody remember the African bees?
That's
Right?
right. They're with Epstein and P.
Yeah.
Diddy having a
Yeah.
party on the island.
I thought it was a band, but anyway, and then there was the fire ants. That was a good one, right?
Yeah. I mean,
See,
they're
those are
definitely red ants definitely
yeah,
hurt you when they bite. You know,
yeah,
there are those fire ants in California, but like they
yeah.
new
I'm
name,
waiting,
same bug.
I'm waiting till they get to the killer parakeets.
Shh, stop giving away the storyline to my crazy horror
Yeah,
movie that's been in my
yeah,
head this whole I've
yeah,
got a beginning, middle, and an end. I've got an A line, I've got a B story, I've got a love affair, I've got the government, I've got scientists, and
yeah,
I've got killer parakeets because they
yeah.
have yeah.
Okay, well, so here's spoiler alert: killer parakeets are coming next. Okay.
Well, no, they were in my head before they showed up here. Uh-oh. Oh no. Does that mean I made it happen? Uh-oh. Leanne brought the Keats. Leanne brought the. Do you know that I had like 50 parakeets at one time? Because
Hmm?
when they 50, there were like 52
Yeah,
of them, parakeets. Like, because they
yeah,
breed like insanely quickly. They're like rats,
yeah. That's
feathers.
what I'm saying. Killer parakeets are up next, right? Kind of like psycho killer zombies for Swifties, right?
Oh no, that's all very redundant, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't like repeating myself, but
I
anyway.
know, but those nicknames.
Oh, we
What?
have aliens versus predators.
Oh, that's right. Your mom was
We
talking
have
about that.
aliens and the government, but they're not versus Epstein and that group because that would be aliens versus predators. And obviously that has never made it into production, right? Aliens has completely taken over the box office. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Well, they've been
No
running
more,
Hollywood forever.
no more predators. We don't know who Epstein is, was, or could be, or should be, or the fact that he's alive and well in. Let's see where he's at today.
Honolulu. No,
No, I think he moved. He went traveling. Where'd he go?
Argentina.
I'm searching, searching, searching.
Boop, 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 boop.
Spain. He's
He's
in
probably
Spain.
on Mallorca. That
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise
he
me if
probably
he's in
went.
Mallorca,
Probably, he probably went to see if there were any new films about him at Cannes.
right?
Right?
Or
Yeah.
cans. Oh my God.
And,
Yeah,
and
maybe it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. That was rude.
how do you pronounce Cannes? Canes?
Can. No, the silent S.
Cannes?
Can.
What?
I went there when I was a tiny baby, and my mom took me to the beach and she tried to put me on the sand, and I picked my foot up right away. And even as an adult, no likey the sand. I don't like how it feels.
Oh no. Well, it's not really sand there. It's more like a coarse gravel along the Riviera there.
Well, I don't like the sand or the coarse gravel, apparently.
Yeah.
My feet didn't like it.
Yeah.
9 months old.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, so we
Mhm.
covered ticks, we've covered Can. Do you think he's in Dea? Do you think he's in Mallorca? Because that's one of the most twisted places in Spain. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's where he is
Well,
with a little hat. and
where where
sunglasses.
the it's where the elites I can't even say the word go to party. So
Yeah, there's
the
some bad shit that goes there. Like I know somebody who had two houses in Dea in Mallorca. And
Mhm.
it was my mom's good friend from the 1940s,
Yeah,
and then she had a son and my mom had me and then Stever and I were like a couple years apart. So, holidays or get-togethers, we'd get
yeah,
stuffed into a room and have to whatever. And so we came up like teenagers together too, a little bit. Um,
yeah. Predator's Paradise, Majorca, right?
yeah, man, there was nothing, what's the word I'm looking for? Redemptive or nice or attractive. People always used to say, "Have you come to Mallorca?" And there's just something about it that is so
Yeah,
like energetically, even from here, I'm like, I want nothing to do with that place. It's nasty.
yeah. I understand that, right?
There's a reason.
Yeah, yeah. Always there is. And then let's see, plasmas, your little
Mm,
little energy balls. Uh,
gooey,
huh?
gooey,
Yeah.
sticky, gooey.
Ooey Gooey was a worm, a little worm was he. Ooey Gooey did something and now he's not Ooey Gooey anymore. Or became Ooey Gooey. What was that song?
I don't know, but he's leaving
Ooey
slowly.
Gooey was a worm, a little worm was he. Right?
I never had that song when I was little.
And then sometime later he got run over and he became Ooey Gooey. Right? Yeah, people need to revisit their childhood nightmares. I mean,
Please, Grimm's
fairy
fairy
tale,
tales.
fairy tales, is what we
There's
call them.
some there's some
And
crazy
what the hell
stories.
was up with those fairies? Because those were all pretty dark stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing get out of the Washington Post, right?
Like Aesop's fables were okay, but Grimm's fairy tales, like there are some
Oh,
of them. Mm.
we have got to give our, I don't know if he's our Lord and Savior anymore. They've already done some statues down in Florida of him and stuff. And
Really? Does he
well,
have part of his ear missing on the statue?
he might be losing his edge as our Lord and Savior. But one thing he has done or doing is bringing the aliens out of the closet.
Well,
So
he
that,
is. But
yeah,
maybe he's a little ooey gooey now.
yeah. So maybe the aliens have been here all along, but they've been in the closet and now they're coming out of the closet. How's that?
Well, maybe they had to see how
Yeah, yeah.
the
Maybe it was dark in there.
yeah, maybe they saw the light and needed to come out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just there's so many things that are out there having fun without us. And all people need to remember, technological advances are about 35 years ahead of where you see now. So now we go to the mystery of the data centers, right?
You
I'm
know,
a, hey, maybe we should infiltrate one, right?
yeah, let's go look
Infiltrate
down
the
under.
data center and see what it looks like.
I think you should go under Papoose Lake and see what's there. Area 54. Go look at Area 50. Go look at Area 54, Randy, and come back and tell me
No,
what you
no,
see.
no.
Now I sound
We,
like my mother used to be like,
we
okay,
need to go.
he'll be at Area 54, we'll be at Sardi's, and
No,
we'll
no.
have the chopped liver and the
What
steak
what was
tartare.
what was the club in New York? 50, 51
Area
or
54?
no, it was what was the club everybody went to?
Yeah,
Warhol
yeah,
Night.
Studio 54.
Studio 54.
That's it.
Why,
They've moved it.
why the heck they come up with audio, what do they call it? Area? Like they can't even come up with a good name. Like this is Studio 54 where we do this is stereotypical 51 where we do the alien thing, right? kind of like
No, but
sound
see, Area
stages. They're like
54,
sound stages.
maybe that's where they do the hybrid tests and make
No,
them
that's
disco
dual thing.
dance.
That's dual.
No, at Dulce, but then maybe they send them to Area 54 to dance and tell them
Yeah.
they're going to Studio 54 and trick them.
Okay. So here's the question for the universe.
Oh
Do
no.
aliens dance? All right.
They
See?
beatbox.
Yeah. See, that's, I can't do that.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
No, I
Yeah.
don't beatbox either, clearly.
Oh, Studio 51 from here on out, not Area 51. Come on, it's just a sound stage.
The dog got very concerned when I started beatboxing.
Yeah.
Go lay down.
And I'm going to take positions that aliens don't dance, so why the hell would you want to be friends with them? So there you go.
That's making assumptions.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't do
until
that.
proven otherwise. And, there's an opportunity every day for them to show up and show us their moves. How's that?
You know what? If you put your hands together and started squeezing your pectorals, you could make your alien dance right now. Do it.
I think that would get us rated, rated R rated or something.
Oh, I was watching Coulthard, and they kept saying the word SHIT. Like I won't say it out loud because Megan had to bleep herself saying it and bleep him saying it because he kept saying it's all a bunch of bull.
Yeah,
Right? So,
yeah.
yeah, he said he was
So
going to find.
anyway, the aliens are out amongst us and in hiding in the closet, and the politicians are out amongst us in boxes being dropped on our farms so that they can infect the animals, so that they can infect us, and we'll all have mad cow disease, right?
No, that's so passé. It's got to be something else. It's probably going to be some kind of whack Lyme disease, like, because they're not going to get away with hantavirus being whatever, And
And
then, oh my God, I heard somebody talking in the street. Well, what if a hantavirus, like, what if you pass it human to human, but like, what if it's dormant? And then what if it becomes embedded in your cells? And then what if it becomes an STD? And I thought,
oh yeah, yeah, there you go. I mean, there is a progression you can definitely get your mind wrapped around or worked around, right?
or worked up about to distract
Yeah.
yourself from the aliens and Epstein.
Mind warps are all over the place. Like, let's get married. That's a mind warp, right?
Oh my goodness.
How
Yeah,
about let's vote for a leader of the free world. There you
let's
go.
not, because we keep
Well,
trying
and then,
that and it doesn't work.
how about let's vote for a leader of the unfree world,
How about let's
right?
get an alien to do it because we'd be
Kind of
better
like the
off.
dead. We have a leader of the dead and a leader of the undead.
Well, speaking of the undead, I saw something else came across my desk. My producer sent me some stuff. No,
Oh yeah, good.
my dog brought me an article. No, no, seriously, what's with all of the what's with all of the White House chefs going missing after they've cooked some kind of special baby fillets and then they go
It's
missing
very
or
simple.
die? People
Hey,
pops, aliens love them. What?
aliens gotta eat too. Okay. We no longer have the starving children in Biafra like when I was growing up, send $10 to us, you and me. You can send $10 to us now, and we will support. Where are aliens even from? I don't know. Like
I don't know, but maybe my eyes should be like this when I talk to you next time.
somewhere, right? But the alien, wherever they're from, we're going to support them being able to eat. And if there's no food available, there's always humans available. And of course, they've already been doing that for a couple hundred years, so that's nothing new, right? And I'm sure they might have some savory, what do you call it, dishes that they might want to share with us at some point,
You
since
know
they have
what?
so much experience at it, right?
I would prefer not to have alien dishes because I watch Star Trek, okay? I know what they eat, and I'm not doing that.
Isn't they're just what did you call it? Human pops?
People
People,
Pops. Aliens
people pop.
love them. That's going to be our new sponsor. People
I
Pops.
think, I think we should make people pops and try and horn in on the market that McDonald's,
McDonald's. I was going to say McDonald's is not going to
that
like that.
yeah, they got a lock on it.
You
But
got
I think if we put them
competition.
in little pops and put little ears on them or
Right.
something,
And then it's we can
yeah,
talk about how we don't need no damn arches here. We got People
yeah,
Pops.
yeah, people pops, right?
Yeah.
People pops are the order of the day, right?
What's on the special today? Same special as every day. People Pops. Aliens
Yeah,
love them. Ooh.
I figure they aliens migrated from cow mutilation to people pops because they were easier to catch. They don't run as fast as cows,
Everything
right?
evolves.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
You ready for some questions or not yet? Did we get it all out of our system?
Kind of like on chicken, when you cook chicken, you have a crispy outside.
My alien comb.
Yeah, people pops is the future, folks. Right? Is that like K-pop? Is K-pop like people pops?
No, K-pop is music. Stop.
No. You know, they don't allow fat people in Korea.
Oh,
They
come
have
on.
they
Stop.
actually they weigh people and everything.
Are you
They
serious?
yeah, that's what all that data center's for, so they can check your weight and everything.
Come on.
No, and Hesketh's told us that he got all them fat generals in there who should buy my book that they were going to take twice a year and check their weight, and you wait for it, and their height, all right, to make sure they were compliant with the U.S. military's regulations for health and fitness.
Palantir.
Yeah, yeah, it's already tracking all that. See?
Well, data centers. What does everybody think those are for?
What, what are they for? What could they possibly be producing that justifies a 10 time return? Because if you put $1 billion into a data center, you've got to expect about a $10 billion return to make it profitable with all the ongoing maintenance and data acquisition, all that stuff. And nobody has defined a product coming out of those dang things, right?
Well, it's
And I
probably
got news for you.
consciousness being able to
The
transfer it to
product,
a
the
different avatar.
product is you, right? The product is you.
The
All
product
right.
is the avatar of you that they can make do whatever the meow they want. Pretty sure that
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah.
But see, we hear stories in the community about how Atlantis, and then Lemuria, and then one of them got a little
Oh,
nuts because they started, hybridizing animals and humans, and then they got their hands on some kind of weird power stuff, and then they started using it not so nicely, and then next thing you know, there's a cataclysm. Hey,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wonder,
coming. If we don't
here's a,
stop it.
do they have crystals in the data centers? See, that could get all the new age people like all the,
Oh, I'm sure they probably have Vogel crystals that they
yeah.
know how to squeeze.
Yeah. They quasi crystals where they're doing time experiments and stuff and traveling all over without you, right?
Do you feel left behind now, Randy?
Yeah. I feel left behind.
And sad. I'm
Not really.
sad and I'm left
Come on.
behind.
Given an opportunity to go into a bunker with, have your pick, Bezos,
No, no, no. Haim
Trump.
ESHED. I want to go into a bunker with Haim. I want to say L'chaim to Haim. I do. Rendela.
I think we should just call them the Microsoft bunker, or the Google bunker, or the Trump bunker.
Weitenheimerstein.
And just look at the here's the real key. They're going to make these bunkers and pull in a bunch of people that they deem worthy, right? Have
Right.
you ever seen the gene pool you would end up with if you put those people that are in your organization in your close proximity and
Very
expect them
hard
to
on the
breed,
eyes. Very
right?
hard on the
And
eyes.
expect them to breed and produce a superior human being? It's like, I don't think so.
This is why we need the tardigrades to go figure out Mars really quickly if they aren't on there doing
One
fun.
sixth gravity. Like, what are you going to do in that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Tardigrades would know better
we
than
could
we.
we could make movies and put them on one of those entertainment
I
channels, you
want to be
know.
a tardigrade. Maybe we are.
Tardigrades need love too. There you go.
They do. They're so cute too. They get the
Yeah,
little thing.
yeah.
I like them. I think they're cute. Yeah. How about that seal that was like going boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, yeah,
That made me happy. That's the
yeah,
kind of Instagram thing that makes me happy. Just nonsense
yeah.
nature.
That's actually kind of an intro on a song to People Pops, I think. Yeah,
Maybe we should call them and see if we can license it. Because,
yeah.
I play fair. I don't
I
rip
think we
stuff off.
should.
Try to.
People Pops, wave of the future, right? Brought to you by aliens that came out of the closet. So,
Whole Foods, they came out of the closet for the People Pops.
yeah.
We could actually just impale, like cut people's heads off and then impale them and just stick them on a broomstick and just hold them out the window and see what happens.
That's like shrimp, you
Like
know,
shrimp.
like you like pop the heads off and suck out the brains and eat the shrimp,
A
right?
live shrimp. I've always,
That's a Cajun thing,
that's a
right?
big giant, like it's Japanese food to me. The big shrimp when you get the big live shrimp and then they,
And
whatever they
and
do.
I think if there was ever a resistance to aliens, that should start with a song, picking up posies and popping them on the head,
It's like
right?
ooey gooey and then bunny foo foo and
Yeah, I think that would be the theme song for the alien resistance on Earth.
well, rabbit for dinner.
Yeah, picking
Bunny
up
foo
food.
foo, run, bunny, run,
You ever
foo
do
foo,
that?
run.
Like morning glories, you put them in there and pop them and they make a popping sound, right?
Like popcorn.
Yeah,
Okay. Now are you ready for questions?
sure.
You got it all out of your system?
Huh?
You got it all out of your system? You feel okay now? Is there anything else that we need to talk about?
No, man.
No?
Um, Plasma conception.
Mm.
This whole virgin birth thing's got me baffled.
Simulation. Blame
Hmm?
it on the simulation. If you blame everything on it being a simulation, then
Blame
nothing
it on the
matters.
simulation. Is that a variant and we need a new chorus for Blame It on the Bossa Nova? I mean,
Maybe.
yeah. Blame it on the Bossa Nova.
I'd rather blame it on the CIA, but okay.
Oh,
Dismantle.
gosh.
Andrew Bustamante, make him go away. Mm.
Hmm.
Okay, we got lots of questions. Maybe I'll go randomly. Okay, what's the actual story oh, hmm. Teach me to go out of order. You're out of order. What's the actual story behind? Oh. Take three. What's the actual story behind the sound? Om. Is it an actual primordial sound of the universe? Not my question.
I could start with that it originated as a form of bathroom humor. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. So, so ohm is just a frequency, O-M, ohm. And AUM, is a different frequency. The original
right.
frequency was ohm. The sound of A, like, is constant or in all languages. Like there's a meditation, Kundalini Yoga, Sa, Ah, right?
Hmm?
And names like Deborah, right? So, so you look at that and it becomes a universal sound. The other one is E, by the way, like Debbie, right? So, anyway, so the idea is that Om and Om are different because they're produced at different levels in the physical body.
Hmm?
So everybody sits there and goes Om, 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 doesn't do anything. Om, and you're vibrating all the way down and using the entire body as a resonant cavity. That's the key. That's the trick, right? And I can do it. I did it in a monastery down in France one day in this big old long dining hall they had. It was all stone, arch top, and I could make the whole place vibrate, not just with my body as a the impulse, and then you get resonance, and the stones start resonating to the same sound. So it's a very entertaining. But if you do Om properly, you can only do it for a very short amount of time. Okay. And one of the things that I teach that you can't do very long at all either is Hallelujah done properly. 30 people, and I'll teach them. But Christianity originally would propagate itself in caves, which were resonant cavities, by the recitation of Hallelujah done properly, and not like what's his name, Leonard Cohen did, right? He did a variation. It's very popular, but it's not the true pronunciation or vibration or frequency of what actually Hallelujah can produce, because I've never had a group of people do it for more than about 2 minutes.
Hmm.
You can't. You just bliss straight out, right? They talk about enlightenment and all these meditations and spiritual things. Do Hallelujah properly. And if you can do it for 5 minutes, I'd be astounded, right? And especially if you get in a group and do it, it's like you want to just fall over, right? You blissed out. How's that? So there you go. Om and Om are totally different things. Om is a deviation of, I can't use that word bastardization of Om, but something like that. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, variation,
Right?
variation of maybe. But
Yeah. If you don't learn to do it properly, you're just wasting your time and going on.
yeah, no, I was taught, and not that this is correct or incorrect, but I was always taught that ohm is not a one syllable thing. It's an ow.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah, you got to
AUM.
go through
You got
ow.
to have the
Right.
awe in there. Awe is a
Yeah.
basic vibration of humans, one of them.
Right. And then it ends up in a ooh at the end. Not even but that
Well,
could be
usually
wrong.
that's because you kind of took off on your consciousness
Oh,
and
maybe because it was a full moon.
yeah, hit light speed. Those wolves had it right.
Checking
Oh,
I am checking my palms and my wrists for her.
yeah, you can hear the right sound in the Werewolves of London. Oh, right?
Yeah, there you
London. There we
go.
go.
Just got to listen to that song. Could be your theme song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
He's been playing around with a lot of chanting and toning sounds, and they shift his consciousness very quickly. What sort of things does it do to our field in addition to expanding it?
well, you will never have the experience of standing in front of a wall of Marshall amps with Led Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix or anybody else from 30 feet away, right? Now, we call that a transcendent experience, okay? We call that we call that ascension occurs, especially under certain botanical influences. How's that?
Uh-huh.
So when you talk about the sounds that you're hearing out of speakers and things, today those speakers in no way transmit the vibration and frequencies that those concerts did back in the 60s and 70s. And I went to over 100 of them. Monterey Pops, Denver International Pop Festival, Dallas Pop Festival. I mean, on and on and on. The only one I missed was Woodstock.
Hmm.
And like I say, they vibrated everybody's molecules and all the way down to the atoms. And you could find that out if you were participating against any kind of impulse, like a conscious impulse to participate was gone. In other words, you got up and danced. You got up and sang along with it. Be the first person on your block to have your son brought home in a box. It's one, two, three. What are we fighting for? See, that's the hippie national anthem sung by Country Joe and the Fish at Woodstock. And he just had to have been there. So, so nothing you're hearing in those songs, because if you did, you would listen to songs that were made in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, because they had a beat to them that was aligned with the heart. And that's where we get things like drumming circles now and all this other stuff, right? It's you can lay down a drum beat rhythm that synchronizes with the heart. And as Native Americans, we did that with drums and stomping on the ground. We called them stomp dances. And what we were doing was stimulating our Kundalini energy through that, just like we did in the 60s by dancing in front of those speakers and those bands. So there,
Huh.
all right. So we had heart alignment, heart coherence, and we had Kundalini rising because we were stomping around and dancing and jumping up and down. And you usually don't see a lot of jumping up and down in music today, videos, because that raises your energy, it raises Kundalini energy, right?
You know,
So,
I went to a taekwondo school back in LA, and then I went to visit a couple years later. And the owner of the school had this music on for the kids, but
yeah.
it was this techno music and it was awful. And it's just like amped them like, and I didn't think that was a good idea. I didn't say anything. And I'm not
No.
mentioning what school or whatever, but
Well,
it was
uh,
very off-putting.
we went from martial arts and yoga as what we call austere programs that were strictly interested in producing results. And now we have yoga with goats and yoga with beer and studios with music and all of that is to keep you entertained. It's not to provide any kind of acceleration of growth or expansion of awareness or any other thing that the original martial arts and yoga and things were meant to do. Okay.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that when yoga was invented, there was a playlist going on or a band on in the corner.
Yeah. No. Yeah. When I started Kundalini yoga, all the chants or meditations, mantras were done vocally with no music accompaniment. And then we say the LA group got a hold of it and made music accompany every meditation, everything. And they were terrible because they took away about 80% of the benefit of actually doing the thing, right?
Right. Well, I mean, that goes back to last week or the week before when you said if you need little tricks and tools and fun toys, like when you're meditating, then
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
meditating right.
There's a meditation called Adi Shakti. It's for the female principle of the universe. And if you do it properly, it first of all, it'll wear you out because it's done like almost at a screaming level
Oh my God.
of expression. And there's no music to it, but people made a musical version, and you can sit there going Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti. You can do it for hours and never experience any benefit from it. Okay. So, but if you do it in its original form, and I've taught it, I don't know anybody teaches it anymore, but it produces a profound effect and you did it to yourself, right? So that's where you're actually doing something that produces a result that you can experience
Right.
and
Tangible.
tangible. Yeah. Yeah. Adi Shakti meditation. It's
Interesting.
like
I'll look
it's
that
like
up.
oh. And it's done like it's done guttural. It's done down in the belly and making the whole body resonate to it. Kind of like going to a Hue concert. There you go.
Hue.
Yeah.
I like hewing.
Mongolian heavy metal. There we go.
The
My,
hue. Okay.
yeah.
Does color therapy actually work, and what colors, if any, can help induce certain higher states of consciousness in us or for healing? I'm always going to purple. I like purple.
No, it's association. And the basic rule on all that is you give meaning to things, which is prettier. It's, and a Zen koan or thing is to give to children is go find me a pretty rock.
Hmm.
And then you send them out to find an ugly rock, right? Now, there's no such thing, right?
Right, neither
You're the
exist.
one that comes back and goes, this is beautiful, this is ugly, right? Well, it's the same thing, okay? So, so when you wear orange, orange was what was it associated with? Everyone,
Pylons.
they say white is purity and black is I don't know what the hell. Well, black was a negative, a negation. That's where all that racism comes from, right?
Did you
And
hear that, Nakoma?
and now, if you look at all the white, you don't necessarily see purity in the world, like in what's wearing it, right? Just because you wear white clothes don't make you pure, right? Don't make you an Aryan or make you a neo-Nazi or whatever the hell they call them, right?
Or a
So
virgin?
yeah, and so purple was for royalty. Why? Because it was expensive, and they were the only ones that were stupid enough to spend money on shells crushed to make a purple dye. I mean, that's where it all comes from, right?
I still like the color purple just because I like it. It's just
Yeah,
because I like it. There's no reason other than I like it.
yeah. It's like and chartreuse, isn't that a ice cream? I don't know what color that is.
I know a Charlotte Russe is a kind of ice cream, isn't it?
So anyway, no, but there's a book called The Lucier Color Test that lays out associations and characteristics of certain forms of human consciousness and emotions and experience that are related to particular colors as you choose them and put them like in a tarot card layout kind of thing, right? And then they sit there and read your personality by association, right? And there was a band by that name, right?
The association.
Yeah,
We're old.
yeah.
All these bands you keep talking about. These kids don't know what we're talking about, Randy.
Yeah, yeah. They're uneducated. Anyway, go on.
It's always good to insult
Unexperienced.
your audience.
Jimi Hendrix wrote a song about that. No experience.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So, oh wow. This is funny. Okay, hey, let's go to a question. His first question was Lynn McTaggart.
Who?
Lynn McTaggart.
Yeah,
She,
the
she wrote
field of
about
Ben Taggart. Yeah.
yeah, she wrote about the power of the intention of 8 people and its effect on the field. You, my Randala, you've talked about 30 people for some techniques and
Right.
exercises. Does each person, in addition to the first person, start to add a squaring effect to the power of intention in relation to the field? And he apologizes for having worded that clumsily.
Okay.
He didn't say that. It's okay.
Quackery at its finest. I have yet to met a human that has not undergone extensive training in either meditation or mantra or anything else. Mantra is just a practice to be able to hold something in mind for longer than like 3 seconds
Huh.
or 5 seconds. And it's like, can you hold one thought in mind for 1 minute? That's the exercise. It's very simple. And people can't do it. not
No, I
unless
mean,
you're
but
very
it
highly
sounds simple
trained.
intellectually, but the idea that anybody has an attention span anymore is
Oh yeah, no,
ridiculous.
that's gone. Right. Yeah. So you can't, unless you're autistic, hold a thought, one thought in mind. There you go. Right. And that is maybe one of the attributes of being autistic. I don't know. But the idea that you could hold by the power, I love that language, of intention.
Mm.
Intention has no power. The power is, can you sustain a thought for 1 minute? Right? Now, that's not a power thing. You have to force your consciousness to hold that thought. It's not a power thing at all. So it's all bad language. All right. So now, can you multiply the effect of it? You can get resonance when you start putting several people together, right? So, like in Tantra Yoga, you can go in resonance with one person, or you can go in resonance with a group of people, okay? Now, at some point, like at one point, we say if I have 400 people doing a meditation, now you're having a field effect, and that can be measured. But the probability you're going to have 12 people in a coven and be able to produce a resonant effect is very low because they use stimulants and do all kinds of weird crap to be able to maintain that focus, and they just can't do it. I've not met very many people that could hold the focus of intention and what's the other one? Manifestation. Oh, that's a good one, right? Let me stare at a Lamborghini all day and see what happens. Let me go, Lamborghini, Lamborghini, Lamborghini. And then what the hell am I going to do with it when I get it? Right? So none of it makes sense if you go exploring it, but it all sounds good to people that aren't able to do it, right? That's the key.
Got to be
Psycho
able to walk the walk, not just talk about the talk.
Oh, Psychobilly zombies for killer zombies for Swifties, right?
Wow.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, you stick to it. You do that.
Yeah. Can aliens hold a thought for 1 minute? I don't
Sure,
know.
they could probably hold a thought for a lot longer if we've become their biatches.
Yeah. One of the things
Hold
about
a
being
thought
a
longer than
sniper,
us.
one of the things about being a sniper is you have to teach somebody to have the absence, right? The
The
absence of
absence of
information,
thought.
the absence of feeling, the absence of thought, and you have to be able to hold it for a certain length of time. And what length of time do they tell you? One breath. So we say one breath can create creation. There you
Mm,
go. That's the language.
I like
That's
that.
a guru type person, right? I'm not I'm not the guru you're looking for. Go ahead.
Maybe next week.
Yeah. But I could be for 1995, buy my book, and I'll become your guru of choice. There you go.
Yeah, just just like our Lord and Savior made himself better than Jesus. Okay,
It
so
was it was him or Joel Osteen, and I don't know. I got to go with Big T. Go ahead.
big T, because it can't be a small T. God forbid, banging
Yeah,
your big T on the table to show that your big T is bigger than their big T. I'm tired of that.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
is it
They need a new show. They'll provide us a new show here with the aliens. That's it.
or the
Right?
hantavirus? They haven't decided. Um,
Yeah, haunted virus. That is ignorant at so many levels. It's incredible. Right?
well, it's mainstream media, the ignorant news. Is it is it true that modern day version of a clown was actually stolen from the Navajo or the Hopi Native Americans? Also, what was the original meaning of the clown? There have been jesters in all
Say that
kinds of
again. Say that what?
clown, you know.
No, start with the beginning.
Is it true that a modern day version of a clown was actually stolen from the Navajo or Hopi Native Americans?
you would have to go back in time and say, were fools created before, or clowns before fools, or were fools created before clowns? And then all you got to do is look at the history of the universe and the presence of every clown that has ever ran a country is the ones that we say were great. Okay. Alexander the Great, right? Who was the other one? There was another one in Germany, right? Anyway, the only one that makes a difference is the great Huron nation, of which I am a proud associate member through the Potawatomi tribe that I belong to. So, so if they don't have great in their name, they're not great. So the great Huron nation, there you go, right? In other words, no.
All
Clowns
right.
before fools. Clowns before fools. And we shouldn't talk about what they call it, Congress that way, but there we go.
Court jesters. Don't forget them. Is that maybe that's attorneys? I don't know.
So CIA, clowns in action. There we go.
Clowns in action. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. There's a question for both of us. What are some keys to making any personal relationship, friendship, romantic, thrive? Okay. Time away from each other.
You actually hit it right, right? I suggest anybody that's in a relationship should go to full Klingon mode. Got that? Where they just hang on to them and like try to hold on to them until finally the person like breaks and they go, get the hell away from me. And then you can go do what you want to do, which is what you wanted to do to begin with,
In the
right?
first place, right, exactly.
Yeah. So Klingon is the way, right?
We're back to Star Trek every time. It
Yeah.
just goes back to
Yeah.
Star Trek. It's
Yeah.
fabulous. Okay. Um, uh, why does our intuition where does our intuition actually sit or reside in our body, and where does it reside outside of our body?
The answer is no. So
There is no where. I think our intuition is something that has to do with.
intuition is a sub-program, okay, in consciousness. And and like you said earlier, the children should be have a 45-minute program during the day where they can practice, okay?
Mhm.
And the like I say, the Soviet Union has all these programs. They put their children through it if they're lucky,
Right. And in
where they
England, they have a
develop the
special
skill
school
set.
for it.
Yeah. And if you weren't in the Soviet Union, you had to learn it in Tibet, you had to learn it in India, you had to learn it in Afghanistan or somewhere because it's not native to this country, but all Native American tribes taught it as a form of interaction with their uh, environment. There we go.
Right. You can't just think that you're in a space and that you're not connected to the space. It's so
So
separate. It's weird.
intuitiveness, and I don't like that. I like the word knowingness. I can know the truth.
Knowingness. I like that.
Yeah. I go out and look at a tree. That's not a tree. When I put my hands on it, I can know that's a tree, right?
Mm.
Right. It's like the Trogs wrote a song. I love you, but I want to know for sure. Hold me tight. Squeeze me. I love you. See what I mean? Right? And all you got to do is hold on and squeeze, and pretty soon they'll tell you, you need to
You'll
go. You need
know.
to be
Yep.
alone. You need to go do something, right?
You're
And I'll tell you,
strangling me. How many of you
yeah,
ladies out
yeah.
there have
And
ever
I'll
heard
tell you
that?
when you can come back. That's why they locked kids out of the house when I was a kid, right? Klingons, you had to get rid of them.
Get away from me so I can appreciate you.
Ah, yeah. Palapa, wop, wop, wop. Anyway,
Okay. Well, what are some things we can do as individuals to help and raise and sustain the overall collective consciousness of humanity? And should we even bother? He says.
Well, I admire one's ego that they would have a ability to influence the overall human consciousness of the entire freaking planet, right? You know, consciousness in action. I think is that the CIA? Consciousness
Mhm.
in action. If you want to see consciousness warping in action, go to any church, go to any school, go to any political rally. Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place, right? You're seeing consciousness in action. You're seeing people warping your consciousness to their own ends. And if you don't have the ability to warp your own consciousness to your own ends, you don't get to play, right?
Well,
We call you,
exactly. That's what I've been trying to do with this whole idiot lawsuit I'm in that started out like completely, they were right at the beginning, but then as they were given more rope, they've been hanging themselves every time
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, okay, have it your way.
Always make the
Customer's always right.
make the system work for you, right?
Well,
Take control of the what do they call this thing? The illusion. Anyway,
simulation,
huh?
the simulation.
Yeah, take control of the stimulation. You're in it. Play, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Don't sit back and watch it happen at
Yeah.
you. That's insane. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Oh wow. If one wanted to study ninjutsu and be a magician, isn't there a point in ninjutsu where you kind of become both? He's intrigued greatly by that. That's kind of like an idea,
Say
maybe.
that again.
If ninjutsu, if one wanted to study ninjutsu and be a magician,
Okay, those are different. Okay.
right? Okay, but he's wondering if there's a point in ninjutsu study where you kind of become both. He's intrigued by that idea. Do they
Well,
ever
the the highest levels of those kind of training appears in several of the martial arts. Kung Fu, there's a layer of that. Ninjutsu is one of them. First of all, the training becomes a form of alchemy at some point. Remember, it's not just learning to punch. That's just the first 6 hours or first 6 years. There we go. After that, you go into training to produce the other end of that, which is the 50-year program. And that is to develop the ability to produce alchemy, which is change of your physical body
Mm,
and your consciousness and the ability to develop that to the point that you have a direct influence on your immediate environment or an environment that's even far away from you. If it's immediate environment, we would call you, let's say, a practitioner of the arts. But if you can do it remotely and influence an enemy, let's say, or a patient miles or thousands of miles away, that makes you a magician. Okay. So the difference in magician, jitsu, and alchemy and all that is what kind of reach do you have and what kind of power do you have? Okay. And
so
so we develop power. Actually, War Day book is about developing your energy so you have power. That's a very simple way to put it. And the exercises will produce that. I know because I've done them. So there.
yeah, I was
So
gonna say it probably has a direct correlation to your energy.
yeah.
You said it better.
Yeah, so there's no direct schools anymore for thaumaturgy or magic, but when you go to the advanced stages of ninjutsu or kung fu or all these other martial arts, that was expected as an outcome. Okay. Now it requires your devotion. That require I tell people you should devote 5 to 10 hours a day. and you should do it for the next 20 to 50 years. So there. And most people won't do that. And that's why there's so few real magicians in the world. How many, let's see how many there are out there at that level. La-di-da, magician in the world right now
Yeah, you said it was like in the double
at
digits.
763,
Mm.
764. So
Okay.
you see at that level, there are just not very many, but they're alluded to through all of the histories of the world, and all these societies make allusion to them, and they call them shamans and medicine men and ghosts and demons and entities and jinn and I don't know what. Everybody had a name for them, right?
You know, this is
So
why being psychic is better than talking because when you have 17,000 names for one thing, it's just easier to flash somebody a knowingness and have them pick up the frequency of that knowingness and understand immediately what you're like. It's so much
I'll
less
I'll
trouble.
give you an example of my early training. I had a girlfriend, believe it or not.
Oh, come on.
I mention names. Her name was Jerry, right? And I would come over. I was allowed to come over to the house after dinner for just like 1 hour. It was a very strict family, right? And she would sit at one end of the kitchen table, and I'd sit at the other. And we would talk just about school and everything. But as we became like frequency interactive, there were less and less words spoken. So
Mhm.
that she would say something like, and I'd go, yeah, but, and one day her mother was standing in the doorway watching us. And at some point she went, that's it. Y'all are freaking me out. And
Yep.
I go, we were just having a conversation because there was an ongoing conversation, except that she couldn't hear it, right? Because it was telepathic in nature. And so I got kicked out of the house and never got to be with that girl ever again or
Because
see
you're a
her.
demon. That's demonic stuff. Like there are people
And
who
her
think that's demonic.
religious upbringing had branded me that. And so that's the other thing. If you're going to be a true magician, you're going to be kicked out of society at every level. They
Right.
scare the hell out of people. I don't scare people. I'm a teddy bear.
Oh. Oh. Well,
So
you
they,
know, what is his Mr. Teddy Bear, he's asking if can we fool around, not with each other, with simple magic. He doesn't want to fool around with you, Randy. He's made it clear, so stop it. No. Can we fool
yeah,
around with simple magic in our own way, just by simply seeing and commanding the magical things we see in everyday life?
you're you're trying to present um, something that is not intellectual in nature in an intellectual way. Okay. If you're going to study magic as it's presented in the universe historically, it is not a function of the intellect. It is a function of something beyond the intellect. And just like intuition, it doesn't really have a physical location. Let's see if that's true. Yeah. It doesn't have a physical location, but it has a place that you can interact with it. So the interface with that which is magical, right? That which is spiritual or anything else is the key to it. Okay. No interface, no interaction, right? Taylor Swift, call me.
Kelsey, call me. You see if we can
Call
start some
Leanne. I
trouble.
don't care if you call me. Call Leanne.
Yeah,
She
call
wants to
me
be a
and I'll
back.
make an
She wants to
appointment.
be a backup dancer, right?
I do not. No, I'm just going to be in the back going, ow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing my beatboxing behind Taylor. It's going to be her new
Golly, that's terrible.
performance art with Taylor
Uh,
and Leanne.
yeah, I'll be a performance artist along with you.
Okay, I think she'll like that. Taylor, call us. Don't do it. Run far, run fast, Taylor, run. Okay, you mentioned a Chinese author before, but how do you spell his name? Wang Po, Wang Bo?
Oh, Wang Po.
Yeah, from like the 600s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
400 BC, AD, somewhere back in there. Wang Po is a very, I have the
yeah.
books around here, translation.
649 to 676. He's best known as one of the four paragons of the early Tang, because he's from the Tang dynasty.
Yeah, Tang. Right. Yeah. Remember
Astronauts drink that.
they took Tang to the moon for them.
They
What?
did. But
Yeah.
did Wang Po go with them? That's a good question.
Oh, Wang Po. The very definitive thing he said is that reality is reality. What you think about reality and how you feel about reality is not reality.
Mm,
Right?
that's your opinion
So
of
we call
reality.
that the first division because it means you're able to contemplate things without emotion, without energy, and without the intellect. In
Mm.
other words, the tree becomes the tree. That's it. That's the old language.
I
When
love.
is a tree a tree? When it's just a tree, right?
Does that mean my dog is becomes the truth also?
The what?
My dog does too. Anything that you're
Yeah, a dog is just a dog. It's not trying to be anything else. And here are all these people trying to be magicians and ninjas and president, right?
we're back to Blanche to yeah, what you
Yeah.
Blanche.
We call them enslaved souls. Anyway, go ahead.
When we put our fingers together during meditation, such as index finger to the thumb, it connects like a circuit. But come on, Matt. What if we put our fingers on our toes during meditation? I feel like
Actually, a proper one is to put that thumb and finger around your big toe.
that's what
Yeah.
squeeze your
Yeah.
big toe or squeeze your little
Yeah.
toe. What? He wants to do that.
Okay. So one of the things is that we give meaning to things. So we say the thumb is let's say residence of the ego. So what we do, we capture the thumb, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Now you do it usually by putting your thumbs in your armpits. Okay.
I always
Like
used to walk
the
around like
lady on
this.
Saturday Night Live used to do. She'd put her thumbs and hands in her
Yeah, and then
armpits.
she'd sniff her hands and go, I'm a superstar. And she'd
Yeah,
get
yeah.
nervous. She's like,
Now, one time somebody came up to me at a event and she got really close to me. And Ivana was there and she started getting really kind of, nervous about it all. And I asked the girl her name, woman, and I grabbed her. I said, "Can I hold your hand?" And of course, she's all like, "Oh, I love you," and all this other crap, right? So I grabbed her thumb. Okay. Then
squeeze
instead of holding her hand, I just held her thumb, which is her ego. And I wanted to see how long she lasted. And
it.
after like 40 seconds, which is a long time for me to be controlling her ego, right? She jerked her hand off and took off running, right?
Wow.
Because they want to, that person wants to control you and doesn't want to be controlled. And if you want to have fun, you sit there what we call cross hand and hold the other person's thumbs, right? In other words, you hold one, they hold one, and and see how long you last, right? People talk about the ego. They don't have a clue what it is.
I
I
want
can
to do that. Now
get
I want to
30 get 30 people together and we'll have a little ego event,
have
right?
a thumb grabbing party. It'll be
Yeah.
fabulous. I'll bring
Yeah.
the waffles.
And you look at old Trump, he always, or Z or any of them, they put that thumb on top, right, like this when they're handshaking. They're using their ego to control the other person. And it's like, grab that thumb and just hold on to it for a minute. See what happens, right?
Doing their little thumb wars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I like it
Yeah.
when we do it at the same time. I wonder if the thumbnail's gonna grab that now this time because we were both like this on the last one. The thumbnail, right?
Yeah.
We can mess with it and see what thumbnail it picks this time.
Yeah.
Oh
Remember,
boy.
aliens will come and go, just like the song says, I'm a pterodactyl, dying for your love, right? See, that's the origin of marriage. Anyway, go on. The best
Pterodactyls in
little
Iran.
part.
So if you see a pterodactyl in Iran, does that mean the marriage went south?
Yeah.
Uh, that was really dumb. Okay. Um, let's see. Is that it? Do we have anything else? I don't know. Uh, is there something we can do to increase our awareness of colors and see colors that aren't actually on any spectrum that we've got?
Yeah, they called it mescaline.
Double barrel, double
Yeah.
barrel
I mean,
mask.
yeah. I mean, there's ways out there. You know, it's called, you can induce what they call it, synesthesia,
Hmm.
to be able to see sounds and hear colors, right?
Yeah.
You can become a great artist if you have that affliction or whatever they want to call it,
Yeah, well,
attribute.
I think it's one of the things that's some high functioning, maybe not even high functioning, I shouldn't say that, but some people who are autistic, who are diagnosed as autistic, do that. I
Yeah,
have somebody
yeah,
I know who hears and feels and t like tastes color, like that kind of thing, you
yeah.
know?
I've been able to, at one point, I think I was in Atlanta and I was doing my meditations at night and I could see the music coming out of
Mm.
the speakers, right?
I,
And, and so I had a direct visual experience of sound. Okay. And later, when I did the heavy mantra meditations, nod meditations, that I had the same experience. So,
okay, well, I think we have one last question, and it goes back to what I was yammering about before.
what?
Randy, I feel we live in some sort of simulation. It's going
What?
around today. He
What?
feels like we live in some sort of simulation, but that seems to lack the whole element of everything carrying sentience. Like, do you think the simulation theory has anything right?
No, no. It comes down to a very basic uh, Zen statement. I don't remember who all wrote it, but it's the all attempts to describe God or the simulation or all this other stuff is the finite trying to describe the infinite.
Yeah, we've talked
And
about
I
that.
don't, and the language is written in the Vedas is that you could stack religious books and whatever a mile high over the whole earth, and you still wouldn't describe it, right? So the concept of infinity, we can say it but have no grasp at it. To give you an idea, it appears that our universe is about 3.8 trillion light years across. There you go. Now, what's behind it or what's outside of it? Who the heck knows, right? You can't even grasp this one, and you're going to talk to me about simulation and God and heaven and the universe. And those are just little place markers, right?
Don't forget Ferengis and Klingons and
Yeah. Yeah. So they don't have a clue. I think all the leaders of the world need to call us. I think we could provide a benefit. So there, right?
well, I agree with you, but my phone's on silent and on do not disturb, so good luck. Um,
And anybody wants to do people pops and bring
party.
them to the table, right? They should come to us and we'll do the IPO. How's that?
I feel like people pops should be kind of like dim sum, or pot stickers without the wrapper and just on a toothpick.
Yeah, there you go.
And you could put like little pieces of
Yeah.
like black fish eggs to make little eyes.
Hey, we had pig's feet. Why wouldn't we have pig knuckles? Or, one of the great delicacies at the Chinese restaurants is chicken feet. They clip them off about 3 inches above the height of the claws, and they fry them and do whatever they do, and you can get chicken feet munchies, right?
No,
So
thank you. I'll
Think what
skip
we
it.
could do with people pops. We'll introduce people pops.
Well,
Right?
I think it's time to say thanks so much, Leanne and Randy, he says. He appreciates both of us. Then he says,
Yeah,
congrats.
you, yeah, you've made me hungry now. So
Yeah, now I actually am hungry, but not for that. Congrats on War Day, and he's looking forward to reading it. He thinks it's 6 years, and that's actually that the math is right because I think I called you like in 2019 or 2020 after I saw you on Quantum Effect.
right.
And he says 6 years when you first heard when I guess he first you heard you start talking about War Day. I know this is really patronizing. I'm so proud of you that you got it out. I'm so,
Oh
so
yeah,
proud of you. Good on you. Yes. Yay.
yeah.
By the
Create
book.
create a self-organizing collective, a group of people that practice this because you'll have an easier relationship with everybody in the group. There you
And
go.
yourself, probably. Like the worst
Yeah,
relationship people
mainly
have a
with
lot.
yourself. Right.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
that's the deal.
Yeah.
People don't like themselves. They've been taught to despise themselves because the
Right.
commercials and all this other stuff that tell you you're not okay because you need to buy something to make yourself okay. And it's all fucking bullshit. So,
Yeah.
you know,
So everybody out there has permission to buy my book. Everybody out there deserves to buy my book. And let's see how different and good you can be at being yourself. So there,
so there. Okay. Bye.
later. Aliens Unite. Bye. One of those two. Goodbye.